space, but instead KC using the cage, reveal behind it, and already a lot of space taken, but the players on short can cut them off. These players from Heretics are completely isolated, and they're going to be dropped.
They're low,
the last one standing, and well, some decent damage traded out.
Yeah, it's going to allow for them to reposition. Plant will be coming in. SUYGETSU waiting on the other side already. Lansby tries to swap guns down to the 1v1.
Still good opportunities to make use of those, especially in here towards Garage. I love the trap that's been set up, though. Benji's got one in the window to catch them as they push through, and that might not be seen.
It's going to be the ult taken out. That's one, but not really too helpful. The trade's back from Woot, though. His run it back runs it back a little harder, as he will put this into an advantageous position for Team Heretics.
Spike planted.
Koshmaras on the flank has a judge, so that's why you're watching him use that classic, but even just locking them into position could be enough. Try and almost play with his opponents, and the stun is perfect. Leaves LewN alone to try and fight for trip broken.
Both trips gone.
Basically just trying to put doubt in the minds of opponents, and while LewN's just gone walkabout! Oh, and Koshmaras is a little bit lucky to be alive there, but
patience from the defense is about to be rewarded with a chance for Woot, and well, he's cashing those in every day of the week.
Yeah, could even heal himself up a little bit. Not going to be dealt with B site. Somewhat open, but the cross is being held. RieNs is making sure that nobody can get to that backside, and actually quite lucky, his dart has just come back online. Could potentially try and reveal someone for a teammate, but just going to be patiently waiting for them to slowly be surrounded. That flank coming through, but the re-aggression on the other side has leveled things up. Koshmaras now down. And in fact, this is going further. Another for Avez, leaving the Turkish duo to try and turn this back. Not another one. RieNs can't get anything, and it's left all onto Woot. At least started things off reasonably well, but they are not giving him anything. That contact sat on the other side. Dosia waiting in the ramp.
Ready to burst out of Garage, yet to make a move, but that's gotten them into position. Oh, no. Having Boo where he is and then peeking out like that, losing a player, it forces Boo's hand. He wants to play.
We need to gamble. We need to take a risk. And that risk has taken them in the wrong direction.
30 seconds left.
And again, we talked about the solid retake they had 2 rounds ago that came off the back of Woot. Came off the back of a run it back. But it's just one away, but he's also out of the round. So for KC,
they're going for it.
Already feel good, but playing deep, counter flashing, the initial plan to break out.
Paranoia.
Still with a paranoia ready, like they haven't overreacted. They've played this one perfectly in terms of util. Heretics are still going.
Yeah, they found 2 quick kills. Somehow this became competitive.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. The hero, the agent, I don't like the Harries. It's just an awful weapon, a truly awful weapon. But a better weapon in the form of the Sheriff finds an opening. And Heretics, you talked about them getting punished in that defensive side aggression. Well, on the low buy, they've had a huge reward. Granted, they won't get the rifle due to where Avez died. It's a little too far back into enemy territory, but pick's a pick. Now they run in with the advantage and still with a run it back. You could start to think about using it in the right scenario.
The question is, did that apply to Woot or just everybody else? Because Woot has been good in most rounds so far, but there's been the rest of the team that's been a little bit more quiet. TP used, I like it. Investing an ult or 2 in this round, especially ones that are not too costly. Woot, though, under pressure. Support is coming in, though. That Neon Ares sits at the back of the site and even committing an ult in on the other side, but they wipe down 2 in quick succession. LewN low, but can, of course, get him back at least a little bit in that health department as they look to plant.
Outlaw available.
30
Benji coming in on the flank.
Spike planted.
Great counterplay, though. You saw the flash go through from Woot. Immediate response. They put in the Neon Stone, they put in the Fade ult, and well, that Pink's almost taken Boo out of the round completely. Almost more importantly, got KC a little bit of a foothold. But look at what as RieNs is clearing it. LewN is wrapping around behind. He's seen him and takes him down with ease. Hold on, but now he's the last man standing. Put it back available, but he does
just bait. Yeah, they're just trying to force people in a rotation, but then they realized there's actually nobody on C, so I guess the bait has now become the actual push, a full post-plant guaranteed. But you understand it. You have that Hunter Sphere available, that's one freebie, and then you also have the potential for Woot to run in on that run it back as well. Benji ready for this push as they look to go in, but they line up for narrate again on the attempted retake. It's an easy double. Dosia are also still waiting on the judge, but they are forced to go back the other way. This is a little risky. They need someone to defend the opponent, and they haven't managed to do it.
KC, on the other hand, they've got to be feeling great.
Oh, yeah, no, they look fantastic. Everything working out for them. LewN has missed Boo at the back of the side, but he's almost got Benji instead. He won't mind too. Are they doing the same again? No, they've got the post-bomb this time instead. A lot of damage done. The C's making things awkward, making sure that nobody can get on that defusal. I think that's the only way they could really win this. The weaponry, it's just not good for the side of Heretics, but you know, the low weaponry did manage to make it work before. In fact, another one coming through. Could it be a second Thrifty that they've won? Woot has done well, and it's now left all up to SUYGETSU, set up as a firing squad. He's got to try and deny him, no. They are still on C, just waiting by the trip. Now they go pushing, and Benji, he just couldn't connect, and he's been wrecked. They had the right idea, but it didn't even matter too much. RieNs is desperately trying to save them here. Boo, well, he's gone down as well. Koshmaras, the new man on the block, left in a 1v4. He's going to try and bait them. I thought for a second they're going to reposition completely, but no, just claiming heaven control. This is
Spike planted.
Maybe an unexpected position. Although they do take a little bit of damage on the other side. Yeah, he's fine. I know there was a rash move based on everything that has been said, but they don't look better. That's all I'll say. Even giving, I think they just hit him with the Hunter's Fury there, and I think that might have been the only person they hit, so.
Solid. Ult pop, disadvantage gained. Exactly what you want. Now to the backside where Benji is being pressured. Woot steps in to try to help out, but there's no targets. He can't see anyone, and when he does finally make contact, it's Avez straight into his dome. Nice shots back though. And hot hands from LewN, even claiming a kill, and for Heretics, damage done, sure, but they're hotter. KC, my goodness, they are playing an aggressive game. 4 players already pushed up, taking that control over A main. The flash out's going to be dangerous. Luckily, they've already fallen back. Heretics just about missed the brute force that was coming their way, but Benji, he hasn't got a get out of jail free card. He's got to fight, and he's at least doing well to start. Where did he come from?
Spike planted.
Dosia, he's used to being able to teleport, but it felt like he did it on the Neon for a moment. Still though, a post-plant 4v4. The attack side was always the one that many will fear most. So we'll see if KC can get that little bit of a boost, and the aggressive fighting not working out initially, but they do still have Woot with the flash. A second one ready to go, but SUYGETSU seemingly full blinded, manages to land the shot. A second, and now it comes Marshall. The flash over the top. Okay, I thought for a second he got the kill, but it was actually LewN. They know where he is, trapped in the corner, flash still available, has support, but doesn't manage to win the fight. Woot's done well. An early opener, and with the potential to reclaim some of those weapons, and a big gap on the other side of the map.
That gap's about to be exploited. I mean, once they break the trip, SUYGETSU's going to know, but there's 2 players that have to cross back. I don't think he was spotted by that camera either. He had the pixel angle, but had to be worried about a walkout on mid as well. Nothing comes of it as the trip is broken. The play is apparent. C site to be taken. And KC moving as a death ball. This could be dangerous again. If Heretics go for deeper control, they'll walk right into the numbers. They had no idea what they were stepping into.
That's such a good adaptation from KC. They didn't have anything to get them back in other than a singular Prowler, and now
his ult's about to reset and he'll get his health back. Oh, it's a deep play right away, and my goodness, Koshmaras has done the damage.
Invested into this round.
Joke's over.
If you lose it here, saving might be the best idea. Although a quick wraparound could actually cause issues. I am looking, however, at Boo. And I think Boo has been checking this over time.
Well, he's been sat in the spot the entire round. So he would be very unlucky if he takes his eye off this the second they go marching through. And they're about to break the trip, put the paranoia through. He knows now where the forces are coming from, and he can slip right into that space as RieNs lands one from behind, Koshmaras from the side, and the final dagger. Well, I was Heretics. Find their way to 6, and I do think that the attack... I don't think you need to ask me this anymore. It's a pretty standard across-the-board opinion. The Ares sucks.
Okay. Well, the next person to bite is still getting it. Avez, though, he's done well. There comes the Ares from above. You couldn't have done that with any other gun.
It's a reveal, mate. You did that with a classic.
No, I don't think he could. 2 versus 5. This was a round that should have been a done deal, and now all of that weaponry has been picked up. The rotation has been spotted. Dosia is hightailing it to the other side of the map, and even getting in a post plant here might be difficult. This is looking like everything could come crashing down, and if it wasn't bad enough, also being revealed. So even planting, it's going to take an extra moment for RieNs and Benji. This clutch could be the difference between the map slipping away, but with a run it back already clearing, Avez patiently waiting, and the only kill that they've got is on a player that comes right back to life. There is no...
Not the Ares was far more important. Classic kill as well.
Look at that, look at the
free
transfer.
weapon that carries the same value in this round, so let that...
Waiting for contact. The second that contact comes through, and that contact is coming any moment, the flash could be perfect. There's the moment to strike. Flash through, paranoia as well. But even still, it's only the 1-for-1 trade. But there comes the Bucky to actually save the day, looking for a little bit more. Avez now stuck in the mud. SUYGETSU tries to help him out, but the trade's coming back thick and fast. And it's left all onto Narrate. He's had many a moment so far, and his timing is looking excellent. He's going to hear the steps as they run towards the A site. The timing not quite there for him to get directly behind just until this moment. And there's the freebie on the first, but Boo does at least manage to turn. He can now take that spike away back into the 1 versus 1, but already revealed. And now trying to just get that plant through the back of the site. Will be hit by the Prowler. The problem, though, is there isn't any opportunity to immediately act. It's a good thing there wasn't, because he TP'd straight into a wall.
Right? Okay. I was going to say he's stolen the info away, right? He's made him think that he's on short, but now the ult goes through, doesn't catch him either. Boo played this perfectly by giving up that space, but it's going to be obvious, certainly with that Prowler. The problem is, it'll be obvious he went towards spawn, but you don't know if he's up in heaven. And if the Prowler went towards spawn, sure, you get that information. Okay, he's at least got the C's up. Only needs to worry about spawn for now. Watching the right angle, but Boo is so patient. But no in heaven. He'd be like, oh, the C's is gone, he's going to come.
Already an attempt at a fast-paced take, but it seems like it's failed miserably. They needed at least something here. The trade's back and forth, at least giving...
Here on Lotus for sure, but concerning to see a 13-6 here in map 1.
Yeah, we're getting a brawl off rip. Koshmaras, SUYGETSU, immediate trade, an attempt to fight fire with a double dive straight in on towards this A side, but Dosia's come out on top. The trade back from Boo, still getting that little bit more aggressive, and a somewhat trapped Dosia, but it seems like he'll be able to fall back, and maybe they can play with the rotates a bit.
Actually, the ability to freeze here will force Heretics to be the one to make a decision. Quick pivot potentially into B, but Heretics going to be ahead of this, Tom.
Yeah, they're spot on. They're right in position, ready and waiting to just shut them down. Only SUYGETSU left. He does have a freebie on the other side of the map, a chance to plant, but an awful lot still to do here.
Damage done to Wu and Benji, down at 40 and 47 respectively. Boo still very healthy, but can just play the trades on the way back in, barring any heroics here from SUYGETSU.
It was insane in the first map. It would be incredible for him to do something like this again. They're already past his utility.
Again, the pressure unfortunately falls on him.
This is crazy.
It's a reflection of the team as a whole, but for him, it is a lot of pressure.
Oh, the double dive has already granted the space at Vice. Can delay, but when you have the ability to get past the wall and dive over, it can be troublesome. A quick take back, though, has definitely made things more interesting. Benji's just been wrecked through the wall, and SUYGETSU as he swings. He wanted to try and take that fight, leaving 2 in the backline. Of course, the weaponry they have, they can opt to risk it. That wasn't a risk, that was...
Did the TP get blocked out of the corner?
Yeah, well, it turns out if there's someone in the corner, you can't teleport.
Yeah, no harm, no foul initially. But Boo potentially Almas continues to go forwards.
He's managed to get 2 and drop the spike, smoke in hand, but nobody going to be able to capitalize. And now his teammates look to swing in. Maybe halfway through. We'll see how the Heretics do.
Casey this time though, headed towards Benji. SUYGETSU will rip the ult. They're not going to get a massive amount of value off that. Benji does have a short, you can see it posted there.
They're quick on this as well. Koshmaras looking to try and save his teammate and comes out with 2 for it. Up above, Wu still sitting, and now SUYGETSU left. Early battle once again. They seem to have switched back-to-back rounds of having this setup for Benji, and the spot not there, but the sound I think was heard. Wu Maybe looking to go back for just a little bit more paranoia. Sent through, but it's a bait again. Him and RieNs playing off of each other.
Probably conscious here. They're so early on this flank, Tom. Again, now actually slipping in towards B. No catch on the Nightfall. And the Raid's going to be the one now to potentially backstab.
Well, if he's looking the right way, they might completely miss the timing. They know the spike has gone down, and they're only just running back SUYGETSU with quick enough reactions. But Woot's just going to wait patiently. Maybe put doubt into the minds of the opponent that anybody's still there. The problem is Benji's gone down as he was just waiting for Woot to make his move. The chance at victory seeming down to a mistake of Casey. I don't see any other. Okay, there's one, but is he going to expect two more to be in the same corner? No, he doesn't. And Boo is left into a clutch versus 3. And one of those 3 is still wrapping around from their own spawn. Even escaping is going to be difficult. And he's, yeah, there's no way out.
Probably squash that.
They're just looking for flanks. Avez straight in. They've got the B site under their control, or at least somewhat. They've had to dive over the top of the wall, which this time was in place on the B site. LewN waiting as they attempt to push through. Benji's timing here could be everything. He's left his util on the other side of the map, has heard the full rotation in towards C, but is able to hold on to that spawn spot, because that was the worry last round. They got caught rotating.
There.
Dosia is still curious to maybe catch a player in transition towards site here. Does get contact on the first here. Koshmaras actually removes LewN behind him.
Managing to fall back, Nightfall of their own. Leaving players low, leaving them deaf. And the spam from Koshmaras is perfect. Leaves 3 at the back of the site. Not the best plant spot to try and hold for this one. It won't matter. RieNs is just tearing them a new one. Got the node in again. Just okay, there you go. I guess that's the reward for the Neon Odin. Koshmaras is just, you have this sit down, you have a pause, you have a moment to chat, and then you get wrecked within 3 seconds of the round. He has a teammate waiting, but okay. The trade's back from Dosia. He finally springs to life. A missed shot from Woot, a chance to maybe take the round into his own hands. But Woot,
oh, he had to go through, he still gets him. It's going to trade out though.
One enemy
guns
remaining.
taken away, but not quick enough.
Spike down A.
And actually, Benji's going to avoid it. LewN is on 13 health. He'd need to double his kills to win this clutch, and I can't say I'm much of a believer.
That's about the worst possible
Don't.
location you can go
For
for.
the last map, I had, I'll be honest, 0 expectations for what Heretics could do here. While the dive in is just instant death. They have used a Nightfall on the other side, but, well, taking away the sound, I don't think it will matter because they're just running them down. This is looking like a game of deathmatch for Heretics. They're running in. I know that Na'Vi did that and it didn't really work, but here we go. Immediate contact and already looking like maybe more of the same. Dosia, though, has done well. Woots. There's a lot of assists on those kills, but Woot's still the one finding them. The Raid needs something, but again, Woot with the trade. He's 14 and 4.
Even here with Woot actually rejoining forces. Both of them slipping away, forcing SUYGETSU to really work for this.
They shoot the flash and they're just lined up in 2. B site under pressure. It is an investment for Casey, and you can understand why. They don't fancy trying to win 10 rounds in a row with a purchase. They're going to try and do slightly less. And for Woot, well, this has been a pretty good day at the office so far. Leaving just 2 standing, and well, Narrate will get his. SUYGETSU, he's left with 4 now. It's got worse.
Yeah, it's got worse. It's just starting to compound for SUYGETSU. Again, in this situation, might get a chance on Taboo, but again, it's only really damage. Koshmaras will present the second hurdle here, but I think SUYGETSU reading the situation, he needs one of these clean and just not going to be giving it, Tom.
Yeah, this is more of a long jump off hurdles. Like, he has to try and get over all of them at the same time. I don't think there's any way out of this one, and he almost needs to just die, like just go down.
Postured up here, like.
This is a brawl! It's a shotgun battle in towards the B site, and Koshmaras is the one coming out on top. Ave's hoping for something with the spam, but the rest of the players haven't actually gone in. Koshmaras is just walking round the back towards C site. Avez is still trying to deal with the players that he thinks have gone B, but his 2 teammates are on B. And he still hasn't figured it out. He hasn't figured out that Koshmaras went behind him. A guy that had big shoes to fill, 20-9.
I think they fit, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He's still on Lotus, absolutely taking control.
No.
Number 8 spammed off that first angle here. SUYGETSU as well catches a ton of damage.
What? I don't think RieNs has taken a point of damage from these fights. He's still on 150. Koshmaras, he's looking to try and get the ace, but the judge from that range is never going to do it.
Yeah.
We are hightailing our way towards Fracture. It has been a complete turnaround of momentum for Heretics, winning their opponent's map choice.
Fairly vanilla in terms of probably the new direction we're going to see. It's Koshmaras and WOOT taking the helm. They see able to get past this trip though, get themselves into a 5v5 post. Oh, not for long.
Yeah, it didn't last long at all. Boo managed to sneak up on them. WOOT's also got a lot of ground. I feel like SUYGETSU is going to try and get in there a little bit quicker, but he's been shut down. LewN trying to fight back.
SUYGETSU is going to think he's got space here behind his prowler, and he's wrong. Shut down again here, the judge paying dividends for Koshmaras.
And they don't have one half of the map now. Decent work from LewN. He'll be able to get in and get out, but it's whether or not they actually want to pressure off the back of this, and they're being surrounded. 2 players already pushing into the spawn for the defensive side. WOOT has a rifle, in fact. So does Benji. This is a firing squad as they look to walk back in, but Avez...
KC's still expecting somebody here. This angle's really going to suit RieNs. Catches both headshots here with the Bulldog. Going to force the hand of Dosia.
Need that back.
He's going to try and be sneaky.
Yeah, he has been clutched before.
They're watching. Waiting for him to try and make that move. Both players just sat on the angle. The swing's not back. Koshmaras, though, is just almost baiting. Needs to get going for KC. Last time out, they really struggled on that defense. Koshmaras, he's got to be dead. He's going to
get a kill. No way.
He's got to be dead, and finally he'll be dealt with. A trade back. Only really one if they can get the res onto Avez, which they will. 3 players already in position, and Boo does have his ult on. Took a little bit longer than maybe they would have liked, and because of that, they'll be able to get back in still. I hope to strike on the line, but instead they call one
more. Gone out!
Crossing, there's the orbital strike, but now they can just opt to retreat back if necessary.
Wood could have absolutely farmed there.
But look at Boo. He's stuck around.
Left.
The worry now is just that time ticking away. 25 seconds. The B side can be quite awkward to plant on, and the timing for Boo is going to be absolutely everything, because they're going to go straight past him. They're even ulting back towards middle because they don't think anybody would still be around this position into that side.
Oh, he's gone a little early.
He's whiffed. And that allows Dosia to plant. Eventually, he'll find his third. Another look at that swing, and Boo's just taken over the round.
Posted up here. Yeah, LewN, the trend, they were really struggling in terms of these opening engagements towards Arcade. I mean, Gentleman's were being super proactive in some of the rounds previously, but again, slower burn. Again, it's the spacing in between here that could be their downfall.
Made in, well, okay. Boo really is feeling confident. Woo, even on low HP, has managed to go for another one, tries to make space and succeeds again.
They're probably feeling like it's maybe one anchor towards site and maybe somebody else in towards spawn, but Koshmaras, he's gone forwards.
Yeah, they pulled the rotation off the Nightfall. We've seen them do this in the first map, use that Nightfall as a bit of a ruse, and it has worked. RieNs had a chance. He somehow still has a chance. Eventually, he gets cleared. And around that, I think Heretics will want to forget. They're being wrapped on as well by Narrate. That flank eventually going to come through. The Cosmic Divide will buy extra time for him to get in behind them. He's just biding his time. SUYGETSU already clearing out another. He might not even be needed in the end as that backstab is ever coming. Oh, it's left all onto WOOT.
The same way.
Well, no, they can't. They're going to push them instead. SUYGETSU, they're trying to clear him from the back, and they already have. They've done this before. Get rid of the man holding one side of the map, and now they can focus on the other. Showstopper a little early, but it has delayed any of that push. And they're being surrounded. They're being closed in from behind. That's why that delay holds value. Koshmaras, he's already swinging in. He's got an operator, but he has support from Benji. This all out for aggression, this disrespect. And well, Dosia at least has finally managed to get onto the ball, but a 1v5. well, he's trapped in the tower. He's literally a prisoner.
Right, is he? Yep.
No.
He's out of the cell.
He's got all the guards still waiting on the other side. Like, he's got a moat to cross, needs to swim past that. Well, his little utility is dwindling as it goes, and there you go.
Koshmaras behind that operator does have a chance to still thrive in the chaos.
They're doing it again. They just want to get rid of SUYGETSU. They're playing this 4-1, so they're looking to just try and deal with him. Ave's got to be so careful, and it's only going to be the trade. And they think the other side is clear because they've been pushing. They just walked into Benji. 8-1 down. And it's almost like he's here. Watching the KO run it down in towards benjyfishy, who's just going to try pre-firing. Now, they've already pressured elsewhere on the map. This time, they will have to give it up. Koshmaras is already coming in quickly behind. Now, there is, of course, the Vice Wall to give it away, but that does mean that SUYGETSU needs to stay alive. This ult could be big, though.
Invested here. Catch at least. Yeah, I mean, RieNs as well, actually. But doesn't necessarily buy them a lot of time in terms of how early on this has come through.
Nice stuff.
It's just so much disruption caused in the backline. See, SUYGETSU. Good for the first.
Oh, and the second as well, even while disrupted. And the firing squad is waiting for Koshmaras. SUYGETSU. Well, he's awake at least.
Op 1v5. I'm going to get SUYGETSU at least. A lucky boy. Whether or not he's going to have a second chance at this. LewN does so well on the other side to find Wu and Boo.
Surprised if they go back to group up with him, especially after he's paused. And RieNs is going to go back in for the swing.
Does he?
It should be the kill for LewN, but no. Doesn't connect on it.
Looked like a minimap moment. Completely caught offside by RieNs.
Yeah, but it almost sells the idea that maybe they're not here anymore.
Well, yes, but I think they still commit to this 2-1 split here.
30 seconds left.
Operator not the best gun for this moment, but RieNs has been hitting. Still has stuff to try and slow them down. Benji not moving just yet, but now RieNs has to do absolutely everything. And the trade this time is good. Benji on the other side of the map, and the credits have now dwindled enough. Get shot in the face is much more of a, maybe they can set him up with an operator, put him in position.
Of course he has.
He had a judge a moment ago. I was like, okay, that makes sense, but no. There he's instead. A seems to be where they've had success. Boo, even while stuck in the mud, is able to hit that shot to LewN. His luck seemingly run out from the previous round. Flash over the top. They've been denied completely, and they've got to be very careful. It's screwed. No way out of there. The combo of the C's alongside that orbital strike could surely put this one to bed. The spike down. 4 players surrounding it, and the rate. Oh, they're surely going to expect. Yeah, you could already see Boo is just watching in that direction, already knowing where the remainder of these players are. An aggressive push, because Mara's looking to be there to close things out.
One enemy remaining.
Any sort of improvements you come out of, I mean, what, it was an 8-2 half in terms of the defense last time for KC? So if there were any improvements, you don't have a massive margin here. Koshmaras not shying away from this at all. Gets shut down, the rate will find a second. Benji just about finds Narrate there. Still a 2v3 though, look at the HP.
Yeah, there should be no way out of this one, especially with Avez still in the corner and Benji now needing an ace. Unless Benji can hit an instant headshot. I don't think he's even going to check the angle. Haven't tagged up. Oh, Benji on the other side. Are they going to clear this? Not properly, at least. And well, that might just be round over. Already managing to find 2 on the other side of the map. They have to quickly rotate back. And Boo's not just been sitting there. He's already sneaking his way up. Nice work from LewN, though. He also considers that Boo might be close. Needs a little bit more. And finds
flash.
it. Good flash on the other side. And hoping to try and get a bit more, but it falls apart. Down to just Avez, the leader of the pack, hoping to do more damage. It has already found 1. As a bonus goes, this isn't bad, but they'd love a little more. With Koshmaras so desperately low, there is an opportunity.
Narrate here. Might get some company. Good for the first and second as well.
Fair play. He's having a much better second half already. And this is an investment from the side of Heretics. Finding 3, LewN pushing up, but it's Avez who's already managed to find one on the cross, and now Boo. Yeah, it is looking like he's found his prime, but there's so many players still left to find a close position. What they had before, the trap set, waiting for contact, but the contact already hits an immediate shot wounds. Oh, I thought he dodged it for a second, but no. Second player not found just yet. RieNs still in the corner, and they've already managed to take control of the site. RieNs just, I think they forgot about him. He was the guy who got the kill. Dosia, though, from below, at least managing one. The rest of the players a little further behind.
Well, meanwhile, actually slipping into a very comfortable post-plant hold here. Going to require absolute heroics here from Narrate and SUYGETSU. Narrate going to invest here. Still want to make a go of this.
The Molly will buy time. Means they don't have to swing, don't have to worry about not having those sound cues because nobody can get onto it for the moment. Even looking to wrap around, Narrate's in the perfect position, but he doesn't land a shot. And now all left to SUYGETSU. First is magnificent, but he doesn't know where that second player is coming from. Boo just sitting pretty. Do still have an investment. Benji, he has already got multiple kills from this corner, so anything more, yeah, it's immediately cleared. Exactly what we saw on the other side as well, just trying to get rid of that one player while the four are on the other side. Delay being put through from SUYGETSU, and oh, Showstopper won't land it, but the shot is found.
Koshmaras steals that away from the Showstopper. Avez with an angle over the smoke, but look at the reposition here. They're all tucking in towards spawn. They're wrapping them.
Yeah, they've removed that ultimate at least. Overdrive. Not going to do anything in this moment, but do they know how many players are in position? They definitely do now, but it's a whiff from Avez. Not expecting so many targets. Tagged up at least. A slow can be thrown, but they still need to look to get towards the site, and they're losing every single fight. And stay in this one. As you said, the weaponry is not good. Dosia on the corner, but post-plant looking likely. SUYGETSU takes a risk, and it doesn't pay off. A post-plant from here. The Steel Garden online, but not going to have any effect with his passing. The defensive Cosmic Divide may be utilized as a bit of a surprise factor, but they're going to have to run through it. And in fact, the attackers have used this as a way to get back in and clear out their teammate. They're now all coming in from one position. Koshmaras is waiting. LewN has done well, and somehow